Hello, this is the Lion Ben C. Welcome back to Dynasty Warriors 9. We just took a short break and now we're back and we have one last hour with this game where hopefully we will get through Kai Wen-Jae's stuff. Thank you for the welcome back. Honestly, what her thing is, I'm willing to bet it's because she doesn't actually have like a story of her own. So her storyline is basically everybody's storyline. You know, she just follows the general story of what's going on. If that makes any sense. Because she doesn't have a specific story. Like Zahudun has a specific story he goes through that changes how he does things.
I have gathered the reports from our men, but it appears Guan Yu has conquered most of Jing province. I can see why he is called the God of War. We cannot allow him to move on Xuchang. We must hold him off at Fan Castle.
I couldn't agree more, Master Cao Ren. However, the men are cowering in fear due to this development. How can we get them to fight?
Why is Pang De serving in the Vanguard? He may have a few victories under his belt, but he's still new to this army.
His cousin, as well as his former master, Ma Chao.
Yeah, she's not personally involved in basically anything, because in history she was just a musician who was a part of Cao Cao's
I
court.
think you might be right.
She was added to the game back in Dynasty Warriors 6 or 7 to give more female characters.
Which means
Is it your intent to incite discontent and suspicion amongst the men? Surely you both know that is grounds for treason.
Master Eugene. It's just that we take exception to the promotion of Master Pang De. We're up against the God of War, and
Watch your tongue! If your words lead to a breakdown in order among our ranks, I shall execute you where you stand.
Please! Please forgive us!
Dude, you guys are fucking privates. Shut your fucking mouth.
Wait! Master Yujin, their words are not without merit. I have only recently joined Master Cao Cao's army. It is only natural they don't trust me with leading the Vanguard in the campaign against Guan Yu. Furthermore, Master Xiahou Yuan gave his life for this battle so that we could defeat Guan Yu and unite the land. As such, I am prepared to give my life in this battle should the need arise.
forgive me, Master Pang. I had no idea you took this so seriously.
We vow to defend Fan Castle and lead our forces to victory!
Thank you. Together, we shall defeat the God of War, Guan Yu.
I think this is when you have to stop Guan Ping from doing the flood tactic.
Most impressive, Master Eugene and Master
One of the
Panda.
things I don't like
You
about some of these
actually
later
managed to
games
use the men's
is you're told,
discontent to
hey,
motivate them
stop
instead.
this tactic from happening. And then no matter
We have
what you do,
prepared
it's still gonna
reinforcements.
happen.
That should be enough to close down the path from Yishui Gate to Xucheng for a while.
Thank you, Master Eugene. That will guard our rear flank and allow us to focus our efforts on Fan Castle.
We find ourselves in a less than ideal situation here. However, we must slay Guan Yu in order to tip the scales in our favor. That is how our Lord can achieve his long-held desire to bring peace
Well,
to the
it's
land.
not so much that they gave us false
I agree. Let us
objectives,
go and help
as
our
in,
allies while working to defeat
at least
Guan
in
Yu.
this game,
To
they
battle.
want
We
it
must
to be
serve
as
as the
close
shield
to
that
historical as
protects
they
Jing
can. So
province.
like, you can't change the Battle of Sheep, but like in Dynasty Warriors
First,
4
we must capture Fan Castle.
through 7,
That will
you
enable us
could.
to slay Guan Yu's son, Guan Ping, who is in charge.
That'll make defeating Guan Yu easier. Oh, this is what they started me on, so let's go see what it is.
Guan Yu is on the front lines, determined to stop us. I expect this to be a difficult fight, but we must emerge victorious.
Yeah, I hate games that have defeat X or capture Y, and then they basically make it so that that is a physical impossibility. Because you could have made it other stuff. Now, when it's a game like based on a book or a movie where that has to happen, I'm a little more understanding.
Coming. Unless we shake them, we won't be able to meet up with our ally.
Oh, there you are.
It's time to take the attack to the enemy. You saved me. Thank you.
I should never have planned this folly and just followed Master Cao Ren.
May this victory
Oh, that one is even worse. When you beat somebody up in a cutscene, or you beat somebody up in the game, like you just crush them, and then in a cutscene they raffle stomp you, and you're like, hold up.
You are simply amazing in battle.
Or when you're literally bouncing them back and forth like they're
I will
nothing.
not obey the way any
Like-
longer. I'll join
like they
with
can't even
brigands
hit
if I
you.
must.
And then then it goes to a cutscene where the guy goes, "Ugh, you barely scratched me." It's like, dude, you haven't hit me once, and I crushed you completely. Really? You're gonna do this to me? Nope. Thank you. But yeah, stuff like that. I mean, that has happened to me. Like,
The enemy is going to attack us here. I can't believe I was defeated so easily.
a lot of RPGs do that, where like
may this victory
one of
lead
the
us
major
to
guys will be
peace.
fighting you, and then he'll say like, "Oh, I didn't actually try that," you know. Our RPGs are also really bad for this, especially in games. You know, everybody jokes about the Final Fantasy one of Aerith dying, and everybody going, "Well, why didn't you just use a Phoenix Down?"
Being rewarded for a rampage of violence. This is my kind of job.
You are a mere ruffian who relies on sheer violence over hope and reason. You must be put down for the sake of the land.
Right.
No reward is worth this. Retreat. This is far too dangerous.
Our orders are to capture that strategic location. I want our formation to be in perfect order.
May this victory.
I know we gotta go there. Does this help with that at all? No. So we'll do that next.
Lead us to peace.
Fighting games are another big one. Like Injustice, where
Continue working hard to set a
when
good
you start in,
example for everyone
there are
else.
scenes in Injustice, and if you do the story, where they'll talk about like, oh, this is such a horrible fight. Like the cutscenes right before there, they'll talk about like how hard the fight is, and then you'll get into the fight and you'll just instantly crush them because you know the game. And then it'll go back to the cutscene where it's like, huh, you barely scratched me. Dude, I bounced you around like you owed me money.
I will keep it safe.
Yeah, you're not even going, dude.
I shall.
Our orders are to capture that strategic location. I want our formation to be in perfect order.
I must admit
Why was everybody afraid of
that
him?
the enemy has fought well. I will leave things here to Guan Ping and regroup. I have no choice but to retreat for now. The men of Wei are not to be underestimated. We must think.
May my requiem accompany you on the journey to the afterlife. This victory.
No, what'll happen
lead
is,
us to peace.
You'll be told to go stop his son. You'll stop his son, but then his plan will kick off anyway because his son was actually sent somebody else to do it.
Ho Ean's rebellion has been put down, but some of the people... Further rebellion is just around the corner.
Now you gotta go to each one of these people, talk to them, and help them.
I really don't want to Thank you.
That's right. Throw down your weapons. Let's go. This will be... If everybody's that easy, this will be fine.
If you're doing things by force... Are you mocking us?
Like, no, dude, I don't want to fight you because... Maybe I should have told him I would fight.
We've taken things too... Oh, thank... We can't live like this. Are you even thinking of our livelihoods? If you so say... I can't stop fighting alone. Are you going to convince everyone else too?
We have to continue fighting.
I guess I screwed up. You're supposed to tell these. You're supposed to just answer everybody yes.
We'll try believing in you again. Please, don't let us down.
Yeah, just walk around. No, fuck you. Go, fight me. You're peasants. I just beat Guan Yu like he owed me money.
It seems part of the embankment has been broken.
If the river floods and overflows, it will cause damage. We should make efforts to repair it.
Reporting! The people have started to surrender.
We have managed to completely suppress the rebellion. That will allow us to focus on the battle at Van Castle.
That turned out very nicely.
Continue working hard to set a good example for everyone else.
What the heck am I supposed to be doing right here? It's not gonna let me get out the water now. There it goes.
Very well. I will begin the repairs.
Hey, leave my engineer alone. Let's go, buddy. What are you waiting on?
We'll be safe here. Thank you so much.
Reporting. All of the embankments have been successfully repaired.
Excellent work. This means we can press the attack without having to worry about the water levels.
Alright, let's go see what this is.
That turned out very nicely.
Continue working hard to set a good example for everyone else.
All right. I need everyone to defend this area.
Alright, well, since we're here.
But I am the son of the god of war. I will stand my ground. Keep your focus, everyone. My father entrusted us with the defense of Fan Castle. We must protect it with our lives.
I want to get these supplies to the front line, but it's just too far away.
In that case, start by sending supplies to Jotsong in my castle.
Destroy the enemy. I won't let anyone thwart our advance. Destroy the enemy. I won't let anyone thwart our advance.
I challenge you to a duel. Think you have what it takes
All right,
to
Cloud.
beat me? Fan Castle has fallen, but this is not the end.
The enemy appears to have pulled back. Their motives concern me. But at least we have captured the castle.
See, no matter what, this part is going to happen. The flood happens.
What's that sound?
That's... Watch out! Pull everyone back immediately!
Oh God! It's gone.
Because this one keeps it closer to historical accuracy that they use the flood.
I have news for you. Report! General Pan De has been taken by Guan Yu's forces.
How dare they do that to the general?
General, now is the time for us to attack. We must save General Peng De, and then link up with him to defeat Guan Yu. Guan Yu! I would like to offer my surrender.
What are...
If possible, I would ask you to guarantee the lives of all my men as well.
I understand. I promise, in the name of my oath brother, the great Liu Bei.
Why, General, have you lost your mind?
In the military, the orders of your superiors are not to be questioned. I will accept no protest.
What kind of person are you?
Gather the units and line them up. Even when surrendering, discipline will be enforced.
That's it for me.
What should I do?
Yeah, no matter what you do, you lose this battle. This is like Chibi.
I can't believe General Eugene would just surrender like that.
What on earth is going to happen to us? If this keeps up, we'll die of starvation or even illness. It might be easier if we just drowned ourselves.
They are all falling apart out there. There is no sense losing troops for no reason. I could end this by surrendering myself.
Now just wait a moment. Master Cao Ren, I think that might be a little premature.
Manchong, tell me, do you have a plan?
Yes, I believe there's one thing we can do.
What is that?
That is to not give up. You must believe that our reinforcements will come, and that we'll continue to fight. What do you think? Perhaps it's not original, but I do believe it's achievable.
I cannot believe that I almost lost sight of that.
Now, let us find a way out of this.
Listen! We must keep our spirits high! If we stay focused and work together, we will overcome even this!
Another thing, Cao Ren. In this one, he looks like a traditional, maybe fairly ornate, but regular armor. In other games, he almost looked like a football player.
I have come with reinforcements. How are you holding up, Master Cao Ren?
Oh, Master Xu Huang!
Just like Xu Wang, he fights with a giant axe.
I am glad to see you. We've been waiting for you, Master Xu Huang. I don't think we could have asked for a better person to come with reinforcements.
I am simply glad to see that you and Master Cao Ren are all right, Master Men Chong. My men are lying in wait at Wen Castle. If they can work in conjunction with us, we should be able to turn this battle around.
That is good to hear. However, Fan Castle is currently under siege. How did you manage to make it inside here?
Yes, the enemy has the castle completely surrounded. But I was able to find a seam and break through.
A seam? Could you be referring to...
Yes, I believe you are right, Master Cao Ren. It must have been the path cut open by Master Peng De. As such, we cannot let this opportunity go to waste. We must do whatever we can to meet up with our allies in Wen Castle.
I'm not going to do the big run. I'm just going to go straight here.
Peng De is dead, and Eugene has surrendered. The bad news from Han Zhang continues unabated.
However, the men at Fen Castle rallied behind Master Peng De's display of courage.
I love how your
If we
character is
can
just
find an
sitting in the
opportunity
background
to
like,
strike,
really?
We can turn this thing around.
An opportunity to strike. I suppose there is no better time than the present.
My name is Zhu Ran. I come here on behalf of General Lu Meng. The Wu army has taken up position in Jianlin to seal off Guan Yu's escape route.
I am Cao Pi. On behalf of my father, Cao Cao, I wish to thank you for living up to your commitment to our alliance.
This situation appears to be changing constantly. We have just received new information. Guan Yu has abandoned his siege of Fan Castle and is falling back to Chengdu.
What is Guan Yu up to? Perhaps he knows their alliance with the Wu has been broken and is accepting his defeat like a man.
No, Guan Yu was dead set on holding Jing province, so I cannot imagine he would give up now. As such, he is likely requesting reinforcements from Yi province. There must be some reason why he is unable to continue the fight. Maybe he has run out of provisions, for example.
Huh. I don't care about the reason. I cannot let him escape. I must chase after him before he gets away.
You said your name was Zhu Ran? We are about to set out on a mission to slay Guan Yu. We request that Wu help us to that end.
I understand. This rain will prevent me from using a fire attack, but you'll have the fighting spirit of the man of the Wu behind you.
Let's
So,
go.
not much.
Finally, Guan Yu and I are about to have our fated encounter.
We must slay the god of war if we are to forge a path forward for our Lord's glorious future.
What's really funny is when these games first came out,
Our defense
they
of
were
castle
all
walls was
the
invaluable.
names were anglicized,
It enabled us
spelled
to
the same
somewhat
way,
minimize the
but
damage caused by the flooding.
but not pronounced properly. So Cao Cao was Cao Cao. Yeah, the Wu sitting over there going, "Yay way!" What you
The efforts
guys
to
want to
repair
what?
the
Something out more?
embankments have borne fruit. They help protect the castle from flood damage.
Ooh, no. Well, that was stupid.
Fan Castle is still in a state of chaos following the flood attack. If we make one more push now, we might be able to take it down.
Shu is like a rabid animal that just won't give up. I'm not sure we'll be able to hold them off without help.
We must stop the enemy here! Even at the cost of our lives! We must stop the enemy here! Even at the cost of our lives!
Fan Castle is right in front of us! Fall back!
You got up there.
We must stop the enemy here! Even at the cost of our lives! We must stop the enemy here! Even at the cost...
We managed to hold off the enemy. Thank you for your assistance.
I underestimated the enemy. I'm sorry.
May this victory...
Ooh, we have a big one over there at 63.
Lead us to peace.
Yes. Brilliant work.
Yeah, pronunciation in games like this, and basically anything that comes from Asian areas for Americans is, I mean, there's many times.
Forces have placed Abati. Can't proceed without first destroying them.
You hear poor translations. Like I said, like calling him Cao Cao instead of
You've proven to be a very talented fighter.
This one's annoying because of the draw distance. I have to wait for them to pop in. There's supposed to be one right here, but because of the draw distance, because there's too many people on here, they're not putting it in. Yeah, guys, keep shooting me with flaming arrows right beside your boundary, your borders. That'll help. Yeah, just this one. There's literally one more. There it goes.
We cannot afford to lose. The Abati have been destroyed. Enemies are pouring in. Run for it!
Yes, because those random walls just stuck in the middle of the room floor, those were stopping the enemy.
May this victory lead us to peace.
Yes. Brilliant work.
I remember when this game came out, the voice acting, everybody ragged on the voice acting in this game when it first came out. And it's actually, this is a patched voice, because if you remember it when it first came in, oh, it was bad.
We must occupy this gate. The enemy is targeting this place. We need to hold out and send our aid. It's time to take the attack to the enemy. Boom! Finished. Without
And you're
sending
dead.
reinforcements or anything. Master Guan Yu, good luck.
I couldn't make it through.
And there you
Master
go.
Guan Yu, my apologies.
Dude got his butt beat and was like, yeah, that's that. I'm taking coffee, man.
May
Taking
this
coffee
victory
break.
You will be stopped here. I won't let you get anywhere near my father.
We want to help my father too. And the best way to do that
Yinping!
is to stop you here.
I don't know what weapon she's going to be using.
I'm sorry, but I cannot allow you to leave here alive.
We're here as reinforcements. We will fight for Lord Guanzuo now.
They called for reinforcements? That could prove to be a problem.
Reporting. We have successfully taken Gate.
I failed to help, Father. I'm still far from a real warrior.
May my Requiem accompany you on the journey to the afterlife.
Okay, she's still got a big weapon.
Amazing in battle.
And the reason I don't care about how big that weapon is because her whole bit is that she's just as strong as her father.
I couldn't stop them. I'm so sorry. I couldn't be of any use.
So next.
May this victory lead us to peace.
I hate it when it does this. For some reason, towns really confuse the AI. Yeah, in other games, she fights with a giant yoke with two barrels, with two weights on either end. Think Mulan when she's running, when the whole group's running to build endurance. That's what she fights with. But it's stated in the information about that weapon that only her father can physically pick it up. He's the only person strong enough. Yes, whenever you get into like where there's a fork in the road or something, like the computer gets really confused if you're auto running. That's why it kind of gets crazy when you're in towns, because there's all these roads and the computer's like, I'm supposed to go down this one, but I have to look at all of them to make sure that that's not the faster way. My horse just head-butted a tower. Somebody figured it out. If you, on this game, went from one end of the map to the other, it just riding your horse, it would take you 30 minutes. That's how big this map is. 30 minutes in real time. Now, I've never tried this to confirm it, but I've heard it from multiple sources. I don't have the 30 minutes to waste.
Aid from Chengdu will pass through here. We must not let the enemy take it.
What is that? Take it. You got it.
Reinforcements route has been cut off. Master Guan Yu, stand fast.
May my requiem accompany you on the journey to the afterlife. May this victory lead us to peace.
It's a real pain in the backside how big this map is, because like one of the achievements you have to do is try to find all the basically mark everything on the map.
I must hurry to my father. Together we must make it safely back home to Shu.
I will not let that happen. This is where you meet your end.
Hey guys, don't mind me.
We are here to reinforce you from my castle.
Yeah, his weapon is a tiny little stone sword. Like, this thing is so small compared to the rest of his siblings and the size of their weapon.
We are to attack enemy territory. Everybody, follow me.
That location looks interesting. Let's capture it.
I love how he can say shit like that while he's getting ricocheted around and juggled.
I can only hope you stay alive.
We've managed to prevent their forces from liaising. This should help us in our battle against Guan Yu.
No. The reason the loading times on this are so long is they basically load the entire map in.
May this victory lead us to
So
peace.
if you so if you were to load up one of the maps, like take a fully leveled character.
I will not surrender.
I hate when it's
no
only one
matter
spot.
What hardships I may face, I will make it safely back home to my brother and fulfill my oath.
Capturing that base will weaken the enemy greatly. All units march!
Advance! Do not slow down, advance!
This light is a ray of hope.
For my brother, I will stay alive and escape from this place. I have betrayed the oath I made, brother. I am so sorry.
And there, Guan Yu was killed by a little harp girl
Everybody, surround Guan Yu!
and went into the afterlife being called a bitch. I'm sorry, that was inappropriate. But
Xiao Ho Dun. It was a good fight. I consider it to be a great honor to have been brought down by you. I've done my duty in the name of humanity. Whether I die here or not, I have no regrets.
Ha! If you have all this time for talking, there's time to fight. I will face you and cut you down. It is the only way to cut the fate that binds us.
If that is what you wish. For honor. Farewell, Xiao Dun.
Farewell. It has been a long time coming, hasn't it, Guan Yu?
all that reminds me of is years ago I used to listen to a podcast that was a D&D podcast, and if you've ever heard of the guy Angry Joe, he was a part of this, and he was fighting a monster, and it was a lot of back and forth, and then out of nowhere the ranger just shoots him with arrows and kills him.
No.
And so Angry Joe spins around and goes, "But we were fighting like men!" Because he was so angry. If you want to see an animatic of it, watch on YouTube, type in "We Were Fighting Like Men," Angry Joe. It is one of the funniest things ever, and I watched that live. It was hilarious.
Yes.
When I see that setup, all that pops in my head is also out of nowhere, just an arrow from one of the soldiers comes flying out of nowhere, hits Guan Yu in the back, and then Xiao Dun turning and go, "We were fighting like men!"
Will be left in the hands of my son and you. So then what will the world look like at that time? I both look forward to it, and I am sorry that I won't be here to see it.
So, you were saying that you would like to see it all happen?
Of course. But it's not a dream one can achieve. Still, it is something that a person would give.
I do believe that he has the wisdom, but I also believe that his goal is very different from your own.
That's fine. Succeeding on the path of the Conqueror means walking the path that you believe in. Let us raise a cup.
to the end of an age, and to the beginning.
So if you were Cao Cao, you never do the battle at Fan Castle. Cao Cao's storyline ends with the death of Zahu Yun.
Guan Yu, God of War, fell at my castle. As promised, Sun Quan receives a large portion of Jing province for cooperating with Cao Cao. However, the cost of breaking the alliance with Shu and killing Liu Bei's sworn brother would not be small. With the alliance gone, the united stance against Wei fell apart. Elsewhere, having witnessed the changes he had planned, Cao Cao quietly drew his last breath. He entrusted the future to his son, Cao Pi. The world of the Three Kingdoms was about to enter a new phase.
Random grunt. F in the chat.
I am a total disgrace. I was totally oblivious to our Lord's condition. In the end, I never repaid the debt I owed him.
Chiu, you are not the only one who feels down. My father's death has shaken the core of the very land itself.
And you can tell
However,
how upset
if
I
we do
am
not overcome
by
this grief,
the way I'm
all
talking.
of Cao Cao's efforts will have been for nothing. And as his children, we must set an example for others.
Yes, you're right. I'm an important member of the Cao family. In times like these, I must try harder than everybody else. I apologize for showing such weakness. I promise to serve you with every fiber of my being, Master Cao Pi.
Indeed, your honesty is your greatest strength. I am counting on you immensely.
Master Cao Pi, the Emperor has issued a decree naming you the King of Wei.
The King of Wei. So, he wishes me to follow in my father's footsteps. However, that is not enough to satisfy my ambition. I shall reach the heights achieved by my father, or should I say, I shall surpass him.
Surpass him? What do you mean by that?
In other words, you wish to become Emperor, Master Cao Pi.
It is the most logical decision if I am to make Wei even stronger and bring peace to the land.
I see. While I am sure you'll face opposition, it should not be anything we can't handle. Do you wish to make your move right away?
Yes, but we must follow the proper procedure and force him to abdicate. Only then can I begin to create a new world of my own design.
Ha! It seems that the Han Imperial Court is about to meet its end.
Me just hanging out in the back. What's up, guys? What you talking about over there?
If one of the Cao family were to hear you.
Did you hear the news? Lord Cao Pi is about to be named Emperor!
Huh? What about the current Emperor? Don't tell me that they...
I heard that Lord Cao Pi said the Emperor wishes to abdicate the throne voluntarily.
That's ridiculous. Why would he just give up the throne like that? Lord Cao Pi must be applying pressure to him.
So that means he's forcing the Emperor to abdicate just to deflect suspicion of his intentions? If so, Lord Cao Pi is one terrifying individual.
I agree. He's like the worst kind of villain.
Okay, so we're gonna stop it here. Yeah, don't mind me, guys. Just hanging out, eavesdropping. But yeah, we're gonna stop it here. This was a lot of fun. Let me know on comments or next week on Friday when we play Rumble Roses. I'll be asking if people want me to play more of this. There's a good chance I might. I'm having a lot of fun with it, and we should be getting closer to the end. But I want to thank everybody for joining me today. We're going to save the game. We're going to get out of here, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.